Unbelievable. So much to look at. Are you kidding me? I don't even want to step on this shell bed. But I have to. Hey, it's Shell Casing Kid, and today we are on Malibu Beach. This is New Jersey, Malibu Beach, New Jersey. It is in between Ocean City, which is that direction, and Margate, Ventnor, and Atlantic City, which is this direction. And this is a dog beach for the most part, and then in the summertime you can't even be on the section that we're on because there's a nesting area for a certain kind of seabird that I think is endangered or threatened or something like that. But this part of the beach doesn't really close until late March or early April. Well, here's something you don't come across too often on the beach. A big steel drum. It's the Gilmore Corporation Soft Light. It's tall. It's like 7 feet, 8 feet tall. And it does say, I guess, U.S. Coast Guard. That's crazy. And then you know what? Check out that. That's another one right there. So this channel marker is getting swept in again and again. This would be a starboard channel marker because it's green. Oh my gosh, that's nuts. This is crazy. So I guess that's the part that goes into the water, and then this is the part that sticks up above the water. And that's probably the boom for putting it in place. But these things are steel, and they're really, really heavy. Wow. So you have that one, and then Mrs. Shell Casing Kid is right by that one. So what we know about this beach, see, like, look at this. This is a really big Bay Scout. That's a good size for one. A lot of the shells that we find, look at the color in that one right there. A lot of the shells that we find on this beach are kind of oversized shells. For the most part, it's quahogs and surf clams, some blue oysters, and then we've been finding parts of shark's eyes and parts of those bay oysters. See the bay scallops. But there's a huge shell bed right here. We'll see what we find. Look at that piece. Look at that shell right there. Oh. That would be a knobby whelk? Mm-hmm. Wow. It does have a chip out of the edge of it right there.
What?
Make sure there's no one in it.
No.
That is an amazing find.
How cool.
This beach is just... Oh yeah. This is a crazy shell bed. I've never seen this many shells on a beach here in Jersey. This is a shark's eye that Mrs. Shellcase and Kid just found, and I was just pointing out these bay scallops here. Do you want that?
Hold on.
Let's see it. Let's see that one that's in there. It's broken. Yeah, it's broken. It's a beautiful color though. Yeah, that's neat. Just piles of shells. Now, Mrs. Shellcase and Kid is clearing off one that's really beautiful. Turn it over. There you
That
go.
is
Look at that. Look at the color. It's like a rainbow. That is a beautiful find.
That is amazing.
This is part of a whelk shell. Not sure what kind. Those are those curly Q ones. It's raining, so it might not even be rain. It might be hail. But just look at this beach. First of all, it's empty. Second of all, it's piles and piles of shells to go through. Look at this huge pile of shells. So just to point out a few, that's a bay scallop. It's a nice looking one too. That's probably a quahog. That's part of a razor. That's part of a... Oh, that's a full shark's eye. Let's see if anyone lives in there. Maybe someone lives in there. Let's put it back down. But just unbelievable. So much to look at. Are you kidding me? I don't even want to step on this shell bed. But I have to. Razor. Look at the color on this one. That would have been a good one if it was complete. That's a jingle shell right there. That's a small jingle shell. Oyster shells. Oh, look at that. That would have been a cool looking shark's eye. Beautiful color. Yeah, that would have been a keeper if it was whole.
This is incredible and amazing glass find. So cool.
Here's the finds from the Longport Dog Beach or Malibu Beach. Start with the 5 bottle bottoms, 3 green, 2 brown or amber, but none of them are truly like, you know, sandblasted sea glass, so they'll probably get ejected. 1 piece of quartz. Here's all the green sea glass, including this kind of yellow greenish color, and then that's the top of like an old-timey screw top. So that's pretty cool. Up here in this corner we have the bricks, and you can see that they're all different kinds of like clays in these bricks, but they just get pounded and pounded and smaller. That one has a cool inclusion on it in it. This has worn to a ridge. This one was also worn with a ridge in it, but you can see the speckled clay that was used in that one. They just become interesting little clay objects. There's the, I guess it's a squirt gun. Kind of looks like the cover of the gun that's on the first Foo Fighters album. This one is filled with sand. It's pretty heavy, and it's probably been on that beach for a little bit. Brown and amber glass down here, including this fragment of like the neck, part of a screw top there. This piece is interesting because it has an eagle on it, probably part of the Anheuser-Busch logo. Different kind of thing, different kind of stuff like that. Here's the clear or white. That's part of a bottom and a side. This is also part of a bottom and a side. Some cool stuff. Couple pieces that look like kind of purple tint, and then some interesting kind of seafoam blue, like a seafoam green, and an interesting green color here, and another kind of bluish green piece there. A piece of cobalt that's also part of a screw top, that's a cool find. A little 1x1 blue tile, a quahog shell, a shark's eye, that's really good color. I always want to check these and make sure that no one's living in them. Hermit crabs like to use those shark's eyes as temporary homes. This is just a really big oyster shell, and it's heavy. It's probably over a pound, maybe over 2 or 3 pounds, but it's just a very big, old, hardy shell. Just thought it was neat because it's so big. That leaves us with the star of the show, and that's these bay scallops. Love finding these, and we found some brilliant colors like this one over here. And I think this is the one from the video, and when you see this wet, it's really pretty stunning. But anytime they have these reds and purples, blues, kind of yellow oranges, they're pretty beautiful shells. That one's got some interesting color in it too. But yeah, they're definitely the find of the week. Again, this beach is the part of the beach where we found this stuff is closed in late March all the way through the season because of nesting seabirds that are endangered or threatened. I think it's the piping plover, but I'm not quite sure. But we were there the first week in March, so we were not, in the area where you shouldn't be. But that's our finds, and I'll have another beachcombing video next week where we find one of the hardest colors of sea glass to find, and it's a beautiful example. It's a really rare color to find. So check back then, and until then, always be looking down.